Let's have some fun, shall we? What's up, everybody? It's the American Throstle, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are excited for this video, hit that like button, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed for more fun content like this. So, as an American, I grew up watching the NFL with my family. And it got me thinking, over the past few months, I've been thinking of some English football teams and what their NFL counterparts would be. So for this video, we're going to do just that. We're going to take 10 teams from each league and seeing how they compare with each other. So the rules are for this video is that I will be looking into each team's history, their fan bases, on and off-field antics and stuff like that, and their futures. Let's get it on, baby. All right, number one. Let's get an easy one out of the way. Manchester United and the Dallas Cowboys. It's very easy for this one. Both sets of fans think that every year is their year to win the title. They always think that they're going places. Each fan base is very annoying and hated by everyone else. Manchester United are the Dallas Cowboys of England and vice versa. So, all right, number two, Aston Villa. So when I think of Aston Villa, I think of the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams were dominating in the 80s. Dynasties aplenty, incredible talent, and many memories that those fan bases will hold to their hearts for a lifetime. However, nowadays they're both struggling in mediocrity, and they both try to get back to where they were belong, but it's just been difficult for both of them. And also for me too, as a personal thing, I find both fan bases just irritating. I cannot stand Aston Villa and the 49ers. I can't. I'm sorry to those sets of fans. I don't like your team at all. All right, number three is Chelsea. So this one was kind of a personal pick for me. And in my opinion, I don't think Chelsea matches anyone else better than the Seattle Seahawks. So I am a Seattle Seahawks fan because I live in Seattle. My experience with both sets of teams is that it's incredibly hard to hate their players. I mean, with Chelsea, you got N'Golo Kante, Eduardo Mendy, Mason Mount. And on the Seahawks, you got Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, and Bobby Wagner. However, both fan bases are excruciatingly annoying. Even as a Seahawks fan myself, I can't stand most of our fans. We're so loud, just like Chelsea. We're so obnoxious like Chelsea, and we rub it in everybody's face. But also, too, the fact that that if you find a Premier League fan here, most of the time, like 70% of the time, they're going to be Chelsea fans. All right, number four is the Wolves. So I gotta lay down the hammer as a Baggies fan, and for Wolves, my pick for them is the Cleveland Browns. So you might have heard the Cleveland Browns as being one of the worst teams to ever grace North American sports, and they were, just like the Wolves. However, nowadays both teams are competing for titles. Both teams want to fight with the big boys. I hate the Wolves, and I don't really hate the Browns. I just don't like them, but they need to realize that even though they're good now, that they were utter trash beforehand.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was that the Cleveland Brown fans haven't forgotten how bad they were. They just wanted to focus on the here and now, just like the Wolves fans. Both teams think that they're the biggest thing since sliced cheese, and since the media keeps hyping them up, both teams think that they have what it takes to win titles. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to say, but my brain didn't process that while filming.
All right, so we're going to get an easy one out of the way. Number five is Arsenal. Who owns them? Stan Kroenke. Who else does Stan Kroenke own? The LA Rams. It's a very easy one, and I feel really badly for both fans. None of them deserve that. Even though I don't like Arsenal, and even though I don't like the Rams, no one deserves to be owned under Stan Kroenke. But also, both teams were exceptional in the early 2000s. When the St. Louis Rams, before then it was the St. Louis Rams, now they're the LA Rams, they won the Super Bowl against the Titans, and they were known as the greatest show on turf. And for Arsenal, they are, as we know, as the Invincibles. So they have that there. And nowadays, both teams are struggling to stay consistent. The Rams are doing a bit better job at that than Arsenal right now, but nowadays it's just extremely difficult for both of them. All right, so we're going to go to the championship for this one with number 6, Nottingham Forest. So just like Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest were really, really good in the 80s. And just like the 49ers, so were the Chicago Bears. So for Nottingham Forest and the Bears, they both have won one major championship that everybody knows about because both sides of fans will not shut up about. Nowadays, both teams are really, really stuck in the mud. They've been trying to get out of it for the past 20, 30 years. There's no end in sight at all for either of them. For my money, Nottingham Forest is the English football equivalent to the Chicago Bears. All right, number 7, Burnley. Just like Burnley, the Jacksonville Jaguars are really forgettable. Nobody respects them at all. It's just both teams are both bad and forgettable. Well, I mean, up until recently, as the Jaguars got an elite talent in the quarterback position in the draft, but it's kind of besides the point. They're both still very forgettable. All right, number 8. Let's go with Spurs. So this one was a bit of a stretch, and I had to use my imagination a bit. But for me, the Spurs and their NFL equivalent are the Houston Texans. So the Houston Texans are they're an enigma of a team. Both teams, Spurs and Texans, want to fight with the big boys so bad. They try to force themselves into being an elite squad that deserves a lot of recognition, but everybody knows that they're frauds. On and off field scandals for both teams, terrible head coaching decisions from both teams, and it's just a drama. So much drama seeps from both clubs, and if you're a neutral fan, it's just hilarious to watch more than anything else. Sorry, Spurs and Texans fans. Your teams are soap operas. All right, number 9. This is my favorite comparison. Leeds United and the Buffalo Bills. So the reason why this one's my favorite is because I had the thought that both sets of fan bases are insane. Both sets of fans are insane. Here in the NFL, Buffalo Bills fans, they call themselves Bills Mafia. And what they'll do is before New Era Stadium, which is where the Bills played, decided to get rid of them, Bills fans will put each other through folding tables. And they see that as entertainment and being a Bills fan. And that is so funny to watch. And Leeds fans are pretty much no different either. Leeds fans will do anything to stay insane. And I love that from both teams. But also, in the 2000s, they were putrid. Both teams were awful. But as of late, both teams have shot up, are playing exciting football, and a lot of people are excited to see what they can do. Because both teams have been really bad for so long that people have actually taken pity on them. Unlike Wolves and the Browns, Leeds United and the Buffalo Bills have actually had some really interesting history, and people are actually drawn to them for some reason. I don't know what it is, but they just are. And now the Buffalo Bills and Leeds United, they're on the rise. They're going to be competing for titles soon. It's going to be fun to see them both. And I had to save my beloved West Bromwich Albion for last. So right now, as this video is being recorded, West Brom have cut ties with talking to David Wagner. And when I see that, all I can think about is the New York Jets. Both teams have stopped winning in the late 60s and have been garbage ever since. There is no end in sight to the garbage and the tire fire from both teams. Both teams have struggled to gain head coaches and to keep good players in. And both teams also ruin talent. It's second nature to them. It's really sad. People either take pity or turn a blind eye to them. So, unfortunately, I'm sorry for all the Baggies fans watching, but it sucks, but it is the way it is. All right, so that is the 10 teams that I think are compatible with each other. And again, guys, if you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, make sure you're subscribed for more. And I will see y'all next time. God bless y'all, and boing boing Baggies.